darkness. Come on.
That is Lacky C and a song called The Game. And I'm very pleased to say we've managed to get 2 out of 3 up on there. I blame it on my incompetence. You know what I'm like. So welcome Lacky C and Jaiyna.S to the show. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm so pleased that we've got 2 anyway. So, but right, that song, I love that song. And before Lacky C actually contacted me, I'd got The Game anyway, and I got a couple of others, and then said that we've got this new song, Betrayed, which we'll play and we'll talk about very, very shortly. So, I mean, how did the 3 of you meet? Because at the moment we've not got Matty T. Matty T. Type 1. Matty. He's Matty T anyway, isn't it? But we'll call him Type 1 because it's more trendy. So how did you 3 actually get together and meet?
Yeah, so like basically I knew Jaiyna like beforehand, and I've known Matt for like a while. So what happened was we basically had this song that me and Type 1 that Matt was going to do together, and we were looking for a singer, and the original singer dropped out. So then because I knew Jaiyna, then I introduced Jaiyna to the project, and that's how we all kind of got together for this song, Betrayed, really.
Now, a lot of songs with rapping, and you must understand, I'm getting on a bit now, so, I mean, they've all got messages in, but some of them are not quite as positive as the messages that you 3 are giving out in the music. I mean, The Game is all about awareness for men's mental health. Tell us a little bit about how that song came about, Lacky.
The Game or Betrayed, sorry?
The Game, yeah, the one we've just played.
Okay, yeah, so The Game was really because Men's Mental Health Week was coming up, and I worked with Equality in Action, and so we wanted to make a song about men's mental health in the BAME communities. So it really is a project that they funded, and I think it's a really important topic because mental health is growing exponentially at the moment. So we just really want to explore that topic. And with Mental Health Week coming up, it was the perfect time to release that project.
And I think after the last couple of years that everybody's been through, I mean, everybody has sort of, their mental health has suffered from that. But I think with men, and especially young men as well, we're sort of programmed not to show any weaknesses, if you like. And obviously mental health is a weakness that, you know, you just can't help. It affects you. We seem to be programmed to not show any weaknesses at all. And that's not good, is it?
Yeah, it's true. I think especially for men, we're trying to live up to an image that we're meant to be tough. Basically, what we're doing is suppressing our feelings, and it's not healthy because it's going to create scars in the future, and it's going to have repercussions. And because of society as well, of our like image of what men should be, you know, we can't even cry. We can't even cry in public, things like that. So really trying to break these stigmas of, of even the image of what men can or can't do. But I think it does add to the mental health, and a lot of suicide rates is actually by men themselves. So it's to really create that awareness that what's happening to the male society as well, really.
And I know that through the information that you've put on your Facebook page, which I must admit it's fascinating, some of the stuff that you put on there with regarding the mental health. You put on there that the youngest person in the UK was diagnosed at just 3 years old. And I mean, it's terrible to think that, sort of kids that young, I mean, they're only just babies. That they are sort of picking up on all this sort of, if you like, negativity and affecting their mental health. And also, the ratio of young people committing suicide, it's going up. And, the best thing to do is just to talk about it. And I think through the messages that you're giving in your songs, I think it's going to help, because people, especially younger people, they're more likely to listen to somebody their own age telling them through music than sort of plastering it on the TV and the papers and, ramming it down your throat. I mean, I don't know whether you feel the same way about that.
So I think obviously with hip hop and rap music, it is designed to connect with the younger audience. and so I'm kind of aware of the audience and the market that I'm like connecting to. So with rap music especially, it can relate to a lot of younger generation and people of different backgrounds. Yeah, with like mental health, it definitely doesn't discriminate with age, race, or gender.
And another
Not
thing
just
that,
for the elderly.
yeah, exactly. And another thing that you put on your Facebook page is that 76% of all suicides are by men, which is, it's
Yeah,
quite shocking, isn't it?
yeah,
To think of three-quarters of sort of people
yeah.
who commit suicide are men, and young men as well. It's really,
Hmm.
it's quite shocking actually. It sort of slaps
Yeah,
in
it
the
is
face.
when you say it like that.
Yeah, so at least you're doing your bit. You are, to get this message out in a way that people are going to sort of absorb it more. So thank you for that. We're going to get
Yeah,
on to the addiction awareness very shortly with the song. But
sure.
Jaiyna, I want to come to you. Now you're not from sort of Leicestershire originally. You're from is it Latvia? You're from?
I come from Latvia. I moved to UK when I was 10 years old. Yeah.
So, I mean, what brought you to Leicestershire itself?
Well, a long story short, Latvia wasn't doing too well financially after the Soviet Union, so my mum had to move away. Bless her. So I just moved with my mum.
Oh, well, simple as that. But
Yeah.
I mean, how did you get into sort of the music business? Is it something that you've wanted to do since you were little, or is it since coming over to to Leicestershire that you've managed to get into it?
Mhm. I've loved music since I was little. When I lived in Latvia, I used to go to music school, play the violin, play the piano, sing, perform. And yeah, it's just been a hobby of mine. And currently I'm a full-time mum. So it's a bit difficult to do what you love. But I know Lacky, and Lacky always gives me opportunities, to build my confidence. So it's just nice to do little projects, that I enjoy on the side. I'm not always sat at home, you know what I mean, looking after the baby, which I also love. But it's just nice to do what I love. But yeah, I've been passionate all my life about music.
And I tell you what, your little girl, she has got the most gorgeous blue eyes that I've
Oh,
seen.
thank you.
She is
You too.
absolutely gorgeous. That little one of yours.
Thank
So.
you so much.
With the music, sort of, is this the first collaboration that you've had with Lacky C and Type One, or is it have you worked with them sort of in the past?
I worked with Lacky before. We have made a couple of songs. We've performed in a peace event before. But yeah, we've done a few songs, but this is the first project I've done with Matty, which is quite nice to work with people who have the same interests as me. But all the songs that me and Lacky have made are mainly focused on mental health, which I think is also important. I don't think there's many songs that focus on the subject. It's all about money nowadays and being rich and things like that. So, we just want to sing about things that are important and help people who struggle,
And,
That's my aim anyway.
well, definitely, and I mean, a lot of people, sort of, most of my age actually, who will listen to music and they'll think of rap. I mean, do you class it as rap music? What sort of genre would you two class your music as? It's easy for me to say rap music, but then again, you might think it's sort of classed as something else.
A bit of both, I'd say, rap and pop, because obviously you've got Matty and Lacky rapping and you've got me singing in the middle. So, I think it's whatever you want to class it. It's got a bit of everything in there.
Yeah.
So,
And
It's kind of sort of like divisions, because with like hip hop and rap, you get different divisions. Even like within that, there's conscious rap, or there's commercial rap. So there's different kind of subdivisions as well.
right, yeah, because and I keep saying about my age, but people my age will sort of think, oh my God, it's rap music, rap with a capital C, and they don't listen to it, and they'll think of the American rap music, and there's lots of swearing and everything else in there. This has a message, and it's an important message that you've got across. And I mean, there's a lot of information available out there about mental health and addiction awareness. But as I said before, message through music is probably easier to digest for especially for younger people. Do you think enough is being done to provide information to young people in the way that they can actually access it and digest it? What would you do different?
I think that there. I feel. Oh, you go, Lacky, you go.
Sorry. No, I think generally like not enough is being done, especially for younger people. They're getting influenced very quick, and the age that they kind of like, whether it's drink or drugs, whatever the vice is getting younger and younger. So I think them talks are not being had. That education is not there, and so there's definitely a gap which kind of needs like filling. And I think young people are now very vulnerable because they're like amount of stress. They're under that addiction. Taking drink or drugs becomes more appealing for them. It's more like attractive. So I think more needs to be done by the government, definitely, to create like awareness campaigns and more education in schools. That's what I would say.
I think you're absolutely right, and it does stem from schools, because that's where sort of people are sort of developing who they are at school, and I think by hitting them at school, you get that message right there at the sort of root of the problem. So you never know when you two become joint prime ministers, then we'll look out for that. So let's face it. Yeah. Couldn't do any worse than the one that's in at the moment. Anyway, now the new song. Let's get on to the new song, which is called Betrayed. Tell us a little bit about this song, because again, it's another massively important message for all ages, really, because everyone, I think, at some time has if you like, an addiction to something. Whether it's coffee, tea, sort of watching soaps or something like that. They're sort of the very minor addictions, but then you've got the more important ones. So tell us a little bit about the song Betrayed.
Yeah, sure. Jaina, you can explain that.
Okay, so yeah, Betrayed, it's mainly like focused on like addiction. But the main aim of the song is to make people feel like they're not on their own, So if you listen to the lyrics, it's like the thoughts that you're processing while you have an addiction. So yeah, well, you have to hear it to know more about it. But yeah, the main aim is for people to relate, to the lyrics and feel like they're not on their own. Because from personal experiences, me, Lacky, and Matthew have experienced some sort of addiction, whether it's our family or friends or us. So when we wrote the lyrics, it wasn't just let's just write a song. It was actually from our heart. So we just hope that people are able to listen and be like, what, I am not on my own. And I think it's important not to feel ashamed as well, because there's a lot of shame about addiction, and not many people come forward and get help, because they feel embarrassed, So I just hope this encourages people to open up and get the help that they need to recover.
I hope so. And all it takes is just one step. And if they get it from listening to your music, then, tick, box, tick, it's all done. So that's brilliant.
Exactly.
So, now, we're going to play the song very shortly, but the video for Betrayed drops this afternoon. How can people get hold of the track?
So basically, yeah, sure. Yeah, so basically, it's really excited about that because it's the first official record in a while. It's going to drop on YouTube. It's going to be on streaming services, Spotify, iTunes, all the streaming services going to be on there. But if you check on YouTube, Lacky C Jaiyna.S and type 1 and description as well, we advise people just to check out the video and check out the words and the lyrics and see if you can resonate, if you can relate to it. Because like you were saying, addiction can be any form of addiction. So I think people will relate to it to some extent.
And that video drops at what time this afternoon?
1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Not too long, actually.
No. So an hour after this show finishes. Yes, go and check out the video as well. The single Betrayed, is that out now at the moment?
Yeah, so the audio version's out. So yeah, it is out, on streaming services, on all the platforms. It's just a music video that's going to be officially dropped today at 1 p.m.
Brilliant. And I've seen quite a few of your videos, and they're sort of exciting to watch as well, and you want to watch more of them. And I can't wait to see the Betrayed video this afternoon.
Yes.
Thank you both of you for joining me this afternoon. I'm going to try and have a very quick chat to type 1 when I've left you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the track Betrayed. Thank you so much for coming on and telling us all about it. And we'll see if we can get hold of Matty for a very quick chat as well after this song. So take it. Have a wonderful rest of the Sunday. Thank you for giving up a bit of your time to talk to us about it.
Thank you, Kev.
And
thank you for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. 59 years old, and I'm just a rap sort of fan. If you,
I like appreciate
I started
you
off.
checking the song out as well.
Oh, I started off with Eminem, you know, so, you know, it's nice to have something a little bit more melodic with a bit more message in it that I can actually understand. So, so you should
I
see me.
agree.
You should see me with my big gold chain on in the studio. It's rattling about, so I'm fine. So, thank you so much.
We'll have to get you on a music video one day.
Oh, well, you know, that could be the next step. You never know.
Do a cameo.
Only if you don't want the song to be a success. So there you go. Look, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking to both of you. And good luck with the video this afternoon. I can't wait. I should be tuned in at 1 o'clock to try and get it. So take care. Have a great Sunday.
Cheers, thank you very much, kid.
Cheers now. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
I am blinded and I cannot see. This addiction slowly drowning me. I try to find